Alright, so in today's video, excuse my tiredness, I just woke up, but we're gonna restring this Gibson SG. I'm gonna show you how I do it. This is the way my dad taught me to do it, and let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is take the strings off. I'll probably just leave at least one string on there yet, so the bridge doesn't fall off. Interesting note on this guitar. The neck has come off twice. Re-glued back on. So we start by taking off the strings. Set these on the side. Sure, you can get a string winder. I've just done it so many times without. It's not that big of a deal. I had just done some work on this guitar. Just putting some new volume knobs on. Had to order a new back plate because that was gone for years. And I'm contemplating making a second follow-up video so that we can intonate the guitar. And what intonation is, well, it is string height, but it's also, I mean, both, you'd call it a setup. They call it setting up a guitar. So you would make sure the string height is ideal. How far the string is off the fretboard. And then you also want to make sure that these saddles are in the right spot so that the open note matches the note on the 12th fret an octave up. So we can do that as well. So here we go. One string left on it. I'm just going to start throwing the other strings on now. The SG has a little bit longer of a neck than, say, like a Stratocaster or Les Paul. So I just use Ernie Ball 9s. So the trick to this is you put it through the bottom, make sure it's in the saddle, string it through the peg, and what you'll do is you'll have it tight, and then you'll slide it up an inch, and then you'll twist it around over top. And then so every turn you do now is going to be underneath that. I promise, I've been doing this for at least 15 years. First string's done. Next string, same thing. Put it over, and then each wind we're going under now. So you give yourself about 1 inch of slack. Then, of course, you also want to make sure it's still in the saddle down here. Get the next string. The process is pretty much the same. From guitar to guitar. It's just with this bridge, if you take all the strings off, it will fall off. So you want to leave at least one in there to keep it on. Like a Strat, you could take them all off at once. Wind it up. All right, before we put this next one, we'll take that last string off. The biggest trick is just making sure you know which way to go so that the string is coming. You wouldn't want this string to go around the outside, you want it to go on the inside. And the same with these, you don't want to go on the outside, you want to have it come in. So it just matters what direction you're wrapping it around up top. So the last old string is off. Put the G string on. And we're doing the same thing. We'll just pop it through the peg. We'll let 1 inch go and then wrap it around the top. Make sure it's coming in the right way and wind it up. So yeah, my dad taught me how to do this when I was probably 15, and it's the way I've always done it since. One thing you can do is you could always press down that top part of the string and squeeze it together on the peg, because for a while after you get these on, you're gonna have to play them in, which means they're gonna go out of tune quite a bit. Probably the first day. I mean, if you spend a couple hours on it, they'll probably be stretched out and ready to go. But once you pick it up the second day, everything should stay in tune pretty well. Give it 1 inch, wrap it around the top, and wind it up. Always double check, make sure it's in the right saddle spot. You'll notice on some guitars they have 2 different grooves in the same saddle. So you don't want it to get caught in the wrong one. And you set up your guitar in the wrong one. And it slides into the right saddle and it's out. So this is a 2005 Gibson SG. It's the 61 reissue. So it's got a different neck joint as well as a slim tapered neck. Pretty amazing guitar. I mean, pretty much all you could ask for, unless you're just a super big fan of the standard with the big pick guard, a little bit thicker of a neck. Like I said, this one's been through a lot. So you always want to be pushing that to make sure that it's winding each loop underneath the string. So the first one's over the top, and then all the other winding is going underneath it. It might take some practice. Let's see. So yeah, we got the strings on. 2005 Gibson SG 61 reissue. As you can see, just a little bit of playing on it, it's going to go out of tune. So I usually bend a little bit aggressively. Just kind of screwing around. Tugging at it. So you can see it's way out of tune already. So you'll basically tune it, tug at it, tune it, tug at it until it holds tune. Another thing you've probably seen or heard of, maybe you just do this with the strings to stretch them out. What this is doing when you first wind it, I mean, you're winding it tight, but there's still a little bit of slack up here that you don't, it's microscopic slack. And that's how far it goes out of tune. And so the more you tighten them and play it and it goes out and you tighten it, try to loosen them up, it gets more focused. And so so see, it's back in tune. So then I'll play it again, it'll go back out of tune. Then I'll tune it. then I'll play it. It'll go out of tune, then I'll tune it. Usually the first couple times I tune it, I'll just, like I said, I won't really play it. Stretch them out a good deal again. Back out of tune. So you're gonna have to go through that a couple times, and maybe you want to just start doing some takes if you're recording, get some feeling into it, and then retune it, and eventually you'll get to that spot where it stays in tune. So yeah, thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I'm thinking about doing a setup, and then yeah, any questions or comments, greatly appreciated. Would love to help out if I can. So yeah, thanks.